Well, good morning everybody, and it's right in the middle of this storm now that we've got, and I'm going to show you a different side of our life here today, because for those that watch this channel, it's all about metal detecting and the finds that we make and other bits and pieces, but this side of my life is seldom seen. So we've got our sheep, as you can see, and because it's winter, these sheep need to be fed. These sheep need to be fed twice a day when it's really cold and there's no nutrients in the grass, of course. They're actually eating hay, as you can see. I fed them this morning at dawn, and there's not a lot of nutrients in the grass at the moment, as you can see, so they're actually eating the hay, which gives them a little bit of nutrients, and it also fills them up a little bit. But this wind is probably gusting up at 70 miles an hour at the moment, so I do apologise for any wind noise. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild, and as you can see in the background, we're actually not on the fields today because the sheep have come up to where we pretty much keep everything livestock wise, all the feed. And as you can see, there's hens in the background squabbling around. The hens actually eat and mix in with the sheep, and it's a good relationship that they've got. I've literally just put a glove on because my hand's that bloody cold in this wind. So this time of year, these sheep, they eat this hay, and we also feed them nuts, and I'll show you what we do in a minute. But there's all sorts going on up here. You know, it's not all about us running a very busy, successful small business. So as you can see, that wind's really up, look. You know, we have another side of life, and this really drops my stress levels way down, looking after animals, because there's a hell of a responsibility keeping animals safe and healthy, and the way to do it is look after them. You know, we're up here 2 or 3 times a day, every day, in all weathers. You know, rain, hail, shine, snow, ice, red hot sun, and as you can see, the hens, they're mixing in at this top end, and just what they do, they grub around looking for any worms or bugs, anything really. They'll eat anything, snails, slugs. Very good laying hens. But back to the sheep, you know, it's very important to keep these sheep in prime condition, and it is very, very, very windy. It's I think it's gusting about 70 miles an hour at the moment, so I'm just going to walk around here. So looking after these sheep is a hard job, but we do a really good job, and we keep on top of them. Farmers say to me, "Oh, I'm sick and tired of our sheep trying to kill themselves." Well, if you look after them properly and you give them the proper nutrients, then these sheep, you know, they're pretty good. We've never had any, touch wood, we've never had any problems. I'm going to have to go and touch a bit of wood. There we go. But yeah, they all get on pretty happily. As you can see, the hens are not bothered about the sheep. Even though the sheep are 20 times bigger, they're not put off by the sheep, and the sheep are not really put off by them. The hens will actually go underneath them to feed, and I'll show you something in a minute that'll make you laugh up here. So this is a different side to Unearthed now, as you can see. Good morning, Dale. Good morning. I can't read, I haven't got my glasses on. Andrew Allen, Gareth Phillips, Dale, History Unearthed, and it's Darren, and I think Detector Kev. Is Detector Kev on there? I don't know, I couldn't see. It's Dennis the Menace, Detector Kev. Yeah, there's quite a few watching, and I appreciate you all coming to see us. Now, here's an interesting thing about this separate other life that I lead. I also cut a lot of wood to keep my house warm at home. I have a wood burner, and I cut things like this down. Now, you're probably wondering why this piece of wood has had its bark stripped, and I'm not sure if anybody can work that out. I'll give it a couple of minutes to see if you can work out why that bark's been stripped, and it's a very interesting answer you're going to get back off me. Can you see that? Now, that bark would have looked like this. Originally it would have looked like that, but it's been stripped, and that's been stripped this week. As you can see, it's all right that side, but it's been stripped. I'll just put that down there for now. The reason it's been stripped is, yes, Dan said the right thing. The sheep have stripped it. Now the reason why the sheep strip the back of this willow is because willow has a natural anodine in it, so it has a natural pain relief. So so they eat it. They eat the willow. They eat the willow leaves in the summer, and when the leaves drop, they eat the leaves when they drop, and then they'll strip the bark off the trees if they're accessible. So as you can see, I stack my wood outside in the winter so the air can get through, but the sheep have been in it. As you can see, that was all neatly stacked earlier yesterday. The sheep come in and they knock it all about and they start chewing it. As you can see, there's some fresh ones there, look. And believe me, these sheep are heavy sheep. Some of these sheep are 12, 13 stone. And the reason why we feed them up here is because these sheep feeders, we've got one out in the field at the moment and another one up here sheltered, is because if the wind catches underneath, it'll blow this away. And even though they weigh, well, they probably weigh 120, 150 kilos, these sheep feeders on wheels, the wind can get underneath them and shift them. So, yeah, I've got to put them up here between these, between the polytunnel and my fence, because the wind will blow this right down the fields. Believe me, it's that strong today. So what we do, me and Melanie in the morning, Melanie looks after the hens. As you can see, the hens are sheltering at the moment from the wind because it's that bad. They're not all here, by the way. Some are laying. You can see the white Sussex under there, Vorwick, Copper Morans. There's one in there with one eye, unfortunately, one-eyed Rosie she's called. And then up there we've got Warrens. As you can see, Ruby, the sheep here, she's the pack leader, and she's always on watch out. So while the rest of the sheep are feeding, she's always watching. It's very rare that she feeds. She'll feed for 5 minutes and then she'll come back out. Bloody hell, this wind's getting bad. This wind's going to be bad later. I have got some other hens up here. Are they leg bars? Cream leg bars. They lay bright blue eggs. Wow, that's bad. Yeah, that's just gone. As you can see, that's getting up. These are cream leg bars, these ones here. These flock together with the Warrens. There's a Warren there, look. They lay bright blue eggs. So we've got the Danish Great Solar Minimum Channel. Good to see you. Where's Mel's cattery and strawberries? No, the hens will eat the strawberries. Don't mention a cattery. Let me just take you with me while I'm here to show you something quite remarkable. There. Now these are sugar beet pellets full of nutrients, and the sheep, it's like sweets in a sweet shop. As I can see, as I'm coming over with these, we've got two Warrens heading over because they think they can eat them as well. Now these sugar beet pellets are full of nutrients and the sheep go absolutely bonkers for them. So let me show you. The wind's already taking that up. Look, you can see the gap under there now. So what I do, I come between, stick the bucket on top, I get a handful, stick it in the feeder, as you can see, and they absolutely fight. They'll fight with each other for this now. Okay, Bear, you calm yourself down. I know you love it. There you go. A bit in there. Or I'll give it out the hand. She loves it. And the hailstone's starting. So it's people think these small hobby farms like us, it's an easy job. You know, you imagine these big commercial farms, 10 times bigger than what we've got here. Alright, Enid. Now if you watch this now, this is Enid, and she'll eat that. That's a handful gone. And Enid didn't like them at first, now she loves them. Oh, the bucket's gone, and the bucket has gone with the feed. It had to happen when I was doing it one-handed. Sorry girls, scattered the sheep a little bit, scattered the hens, empty bucket. It landed on some dry stuff there, so the sheep will just eat that. They're not eating it off the mud, which is good. And there you can see, that's the barn full of sheep here there, look. There's about 20 odd bales in there now. So yeah, it's a full-on job. Full-on job. Morning, Rob, how are you? Hope you're well. yeah, you've got a little flock there. I'm just going to see if I can zoom in. Oh, I can zoom in on this feature. And there's a little flock all happily eating together. But believe me, life isn't all rosy up here. It can be very, very difficult for us in the winter. And feeding the animals is the hardest part. You've got to make sure that you stock up on hay. Wow. It's already taken some hammer. Look at this. The wind's got under that now, so that's going to have to be repaired in the spring. There's no point in me doing it now in this weather. I'm going to come under these trees. That's better. So yeah, there's a lot going on every day up here. It's a responsibility to keep sure or make sure that these animals are looked after. But we were going to do, ironically, we were going to do a YouTube channel on Pet Sheep Paradise. It was going to be called, and it was just too much. I mean, as a content creator, I enjoy doing this sort of thing, unashamedly. But doing another YouTube channel on top of Unearthed Detecting TV and the Gadget channel, it would have just been too much. So the problem I've got is people would have enjoyed meeting the sheep. As you can see here, look, there's sugar beet pellets on this one's back when the wind's blowing it. Come here, get out, and that's little Maggie. Maggie's the calmest, gentlest sheep out of them all. She's like a little dumpy fat thing, but do you know what? We had lambs off her a few years ago, and the lambs were beautiful animals, and she's a really nice animal. They all are nice animals, but they're all big, fat, healthy sheep. And occasionally we tup these, and we'll put a tup in with them. We haven't done it this year, but we will do next year. They're getting, it'll come to a point where we won't be able to do it because they'll get too old. But there's some, still some young ones like her. She was one of our original lambs. Here's Bear. Bear's a Welsh sheep, Welsh mountain sheep cross, and the hens at the moment are under there. Look, oh, they've moved on. There's a little clutch of them up there still. So what I also do is I grow willow. As you can see, this is a huge willow tree, bending in the in the wind, and I'll harvest them. As you can see, willow's one of the softest hardwoods available, and people don't like burning it. But believe me, once you season it, it'll burn like crazy. It's great stuff. It's a fast heating, fast burning fuel, but it's really good, and it's free, and it grows very aggressively. I think some of our willows go in sort of 10 foot a year, which is incredible to think how fast they grow. I might have got that wrong, but it is big. They just grow and grow and grow. And I harvest them, season them. It's free firewood. So I'm in the process of chopping these down at the moment and then replanting. As you can see, this one's been chopped down here, and it's replanting itself already. These are new shoots, as you can see, all new shoots out of the original willow tree there. Look, and they'll all grow thick and fast, and already they're growing up above me. They're already 8 foot high, and year after next they'll be harvested. As you can see, I've harvested some of those. I've been doing this all winter. As you can see, the hens are down there. Look, I've harvested those, and beyond, right beyond. So yeah, let me just see if I can show you. Yeah, so you can see how high they grow. Look at that. And they were only little trees originally. They've just grown and grown and grown. So I'll just harvest the shoots off it, and it's a nice job. I'm just going to show you as well, folks, if I can, but you're going to have to be patient with this. You have to be just a little bit patient with me because the wind's up. Those sheep won't bother too much now. They won't move too far from here. As you can see, the hay's already going down. As you can see there, look. Let me just go and show you what else is going on. I've shut the gates on the fields today. I'm just going to... The wind's took a few trees down. I took a few trees down. Look at this, as you can see. But the weather and the ground is that saturated. Look at this. That's my footprints from this morning. It's really bad. And as you can see, the fields are pretty bare now. And we've got another feeder over there, all the way over there. That hasn't blown over yet, but I'll have to move that later today because that'll blow. And yeah, So the sheep usually feed in these bottom paddocks and the top. They won't be doing it today, unfortunately. So yeah, we're right in amongst winter, but next week will be colder, I think, and calmer. Frosty mornings will harden this ground up a little bit, and we won't be slopping around in so much mud. There's a lot of debris at the moment going on. And I also seen a rat this morning as well, and the rat was in here running about. I don't think we can see it at the moment, but it was running about in there. So I'll have to sort that out somehow, because one rat will make 2 rats, and then 2 rats will make 4. The thing is with rats at the moment, they're on the increase. Everybody I'm talking to has had a rat either in the loft or stuck in a cavity wall somewhere. They get in the lofts and the warm spaces. We've got one knocking about at the moment down in Goose Green. It's a pain in the backside. Yeah, that's another one I planted. The wind's taking that silver birch, so that's going to have to come down. This willow's going to have to come down. Look at that, right up. So all this is going to be over Christmas and New Year. I'll probably keep that silver birch in, but this willow here, she's going to have to go. As you can see, she's grown right down, look, and right up at an angle, so the winds are taking her from the north. Today the winds are blowing from the, I think it's west-northwest actually. Yeah, so there you go. And there's one of the little leg bars that lay blue eggs. She's quirky as hell. But the rest of them are quite, the animals are very chilled. And the thing is with animals, if you ever work with them or have the opportunity to keep sheep and things and hens, you know, if you have a little bit of land maybe, you know, my advice would be go for it, because it's quite an enjoyable experience. It's stressful at times, for obvious reasons, but as long as you keep them maintained and you look after them and you're with them a lot, they become very tame. These are as tame as dogs. I could put a harness on some of these, or most of these, and walk them around like a dog. Ruby I couldn't. She's out again, look, so she's not feeding properly. You see her down there, look. She's on guard all the time. There's always one leader in the flock, and she is the leader in the flock. That's Squidge with a loopy ear. It is miserable at the moment, folks. It really is a miserable time of year. And people are wondering and asking the question, why are we not doing any unearthed digs? And the reason is, there's 2 reasons. The weather, dark mornings, and the weather is against us. And we've been that flat out with different things. You know, business has been very, very busy leading up to Christmas for us, which is good. So, you know, we've been a bit distracted. I'm a bit exhausted, to be fair. We've had a brutal year this year, and it's tired me out. So, the way to get your energy levels back is come up and spend some time with your animals. Wow, that wind. It's really giving it some now, folks. And what I'll do, as you can see underneath here, it's getting very wet. So this sheep feeder is going to move tonight all the way up here onto this dry land. And what I do, I keep moving it. It'll go to them gates eventually, and then when this lot dries, I'll move it all the way back. Sheep don't like wet, muddy ground under the feet. They paddle it up, and if you're not too careful, they get foot rot. And you don't want them to get foot rot. Anyway, what are we on? Yeah, we've done a good little live session there. I hope people are enjoying it. I don't know if these lives are going to do anything to enhance this channel much, but it certainly gives me the chance to liaise with you folks. I don't know if anybody can hear me. If anybody can comment and say they can hear me, that would be fantastic, because I'm not sure what the microphone is like on this new gimbal I've got. But Ruby's on guard again, look, as you can see. Not happy. Never happy. She's never settles, that one. No, never settles. Look at her looking at me, look. And she'll go in for a feed in a minute. There she goes. She'll push herself in. She'll move some of those. And she's got... You've missed half of it. Are you coming right to the camera? Yeah. Yeah, Rob. Chronic fatigue. I mean, I think I've got a little bit of that, you know. I really do. It could be that I'm getting old, but the energy levels aren't the same, and I've got the desire and the spirit to still get out there and do everything I used to do, but you just get so sidetracked. And another thing as well is that time goes so fast. You know, you're literally sat in front of your desk, answering the phone, taking sales, helping people, and then you look at the time. It's 12 o'clock, and then before you know it, it's 4 o'clock, and it's just like you're trying to organise things. It's just crazy, really crazy. But I'm actually sheltering at the moment, folks, because that wind. I've just noticed something happened. Now, this isn't good, folks. I'm going to take you over now. It had to happen, and this morning of all mornings, it's just happened. Literally, I could hear it behind me, actually. As you can see, the tarpaulin over the hen run. We've got one underneath the mesh, and I put this one outside, and now that's coming off. And that's just happened in the last, I don't know, half an hour. But I could hear it flapping, so it's ripped. There you go. So that's a job for, well, I don't know what the weather's going to do tomorrow, so I don't know if it's going to be today or tomorrow. I better do that, but I'll have to take this off. Yeah. Oh well, it had to happen, and I've got me still stuck on a barbed wire fence behind me. That's happy days. So yeah, I'll show you the distance as well. There's the quarry, look. That's Goldmire Quarry below us. That used to be a hill, and when they actually started quarrying, when they started quarrying, they found remains of a Bronze Age man there with his spear. Whoa! Bloody hell! Have to put something on that. He found remains of a Bronze Age man when they were quarrying. It was over this way here, somewhere, a burial. And he had his weapons with him. I think he had a spear and an axe. So yeah, interesting stuff, folks. Right, guys, I'm going to call it a day because I think that's been a decent live. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know if it went down well or not, but it just gives you a little bit of how life is for me, other than the world of metal detecting, the crazy world of metal detecting, I have to say. We may do some more of these if you like to interact. As we can see, this is Bear. Alright mate, yeah, she's not too happy about being filmed. Maggie, or Maggot as I call her, she'll come on then. Oh, see what I mean about them being tame? Absolutely awesome animals. People think these animals are thick. Look at Ruby on guard, look. Always watching. She'll come to Melanie, but she won't come to me. But you can build up a rapport with a personality. Now, here's something happening before we disappear. Look at this one. There were sugar beet pellets on the back of that one, remember, with the wind blowing them over. And Maggot, as I call her, because she looked like a little maggot when she was born. And we've got Honey who's limping, look. So her front foot needs sorted. Look at this, quick. She wasn't limping this morning, but she stood on something, maybe a blackthorn or a stone. So I need to get into that and check that out. I'll do that later. But you try wrestling with this one. 12, 13 stone animal. Absolutely tiring. So you've got to be really gentle with them and careful. But she's got a lame front foot. And it's that left leg. That left leg, honey, eh? Yeah, she's well tamed. And there's Ruby, look. The Guardian. That's the Guardian. So it's sorted. Wow, this wind. And she's eating sugar beet pellets off the back of, that's Maggot eating off the back of, I'm not sure who. But in about 10 minutes, when we're all gone off here, this feeder's going to go all the way up there. She's doing a week wrestle. There you go. So, yeah, there you go. Okay, folks, great to see you all. Have a lovely weekend, everyone, and I expect to have a festive Team Unearthed dig between Christmas and New Year, where we'll hopefully be able to film some really nice coins and artifacts coming to light, which is obviously what people want to see. Take care, folks. Bye for now.